Welcome to the Moving Pictures studio here at Sundance, Leonard Retail Hemrich. Firstly, congratulations on the film and being back at Sundance. Of course, you've won here previously, and with Shape of the Moon. Does that give you a different feeling coming back to Sundance? Is it just as exciting as the first time, or is it different?
Well, yeah, it's a bit different now. I mean, I noticed that at the festival itself, it's yeah 5 years later, but it's a bit different as how I remembered it. I mean, I thought it was smaller one way or another in my imagination, but it's so big. It's fantastic. Maybe the weather is better now.
Maybe. The transition in Indonesia from the time that you started out with this trilogy until now, obviously there's been significant process of change that's been undergone in that country. How does it make you feel when you go back and there's been these elements that have soundly shifted where people's mindsets are?
Yeah, I found it very interesting because how these people changed actually in the perception. In 12 years ago, everybody was really only focused on their own country and about only Indonesia and knowing only that. And the moment that Suharto stepped down and the whole world was interested in Indonesia and what was happening, people suddenly were understanding that there's a world around, also a world outside of Indonesia, because it's a big country. I mean, most people were really focused on only the happenings in their own country.
Why did you choose this family out of all families to begin with?
Yeah, well, in the very beginning, 12 years ago, I followed a number of families actually. I tried to find, it's funny actually, in the very beginning I was making a film about student demonstrations, but then I noticed that in this family were interesting things happening, and then I thought, well, maybe other families also. So I followed other families, but they were much less interesting than this one. So I just stick to this one, and it was so interesting because all these people are so open and talk. They were so, how you call that,
Extroverted?
Extrovert.
Yeah.
So more than most other Javanese people from Java. So that's why I chose them.
Yeah. Are they happy every time you say, I'm coming back again? Or is it a burden on them? Do they care even?
They don't care because, well, actually, they're happy when I'm there, and I just show up. I don't tell them I will come.
Oh.
Sometimes I ask them, what you're up to? And Bhakti is saying, well, there will be an election or something, or there will be something happening in the neighborhood, and then I decide whether I will show up or not. And most of the time there is something interesting, so I show up. And when I'm there, I just among them and as a person. And I have my camera always with me. And since it's a small camera, I can pop up with it any moment.